Wisconsin now revealing who they really want coming to their city. Before I get into this report, if you're new to the Next News Network channel, go ahead and tap the red subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell if you do. Christina Layla for the Gateway Pundit reports Wisconsin voters rejected Joe Biden and welcomed President Trump amid his plans to visit Kenosha tomorrow. President Trump will travel to Kenosha on Tuesday after violent BLM Biden voters rioted and destroyed businesses following an officer-involved shooting last Sunday. Biden decided not to visit Kenosha this week because he is a feeble coward who thinks Trump's visit will backfire. Wisconsin voters don't want Biden in Kenosha anyway. They write that one Wisconsin voter blasted Joe Biden for being an inept career politician. Quote, Vice President Biden coming in, as far as I'm concerned, he can just stay away because he did nothing beforehand, and what's he going to do now? Take a look.
Vice President Biden coming in, as far as I'm concerned, he can just stay away because he did nothing beforehand, and what is he doing now?
What is he doing now? Hiding in his basement. Another Kenosha voter told MSNBC that he supports President Donald Trump's law and order push. Watch.
I think Kenosha's going to vote for President Trump in the upcoming election. I think we need him here. We need strong leadership. People that are born and raised here are disgusted and angry with what's happened.
And that is sentiment that is felt all across the country as Democrats are just now starting to come forward and denounce these riots only because their polling data says so. CBS News reports that the Wisconsin governor has asked Trump to reconsider the Kenosha visit. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers on Sunday asked President Trump to reconsider his upcoming visit to Kenosha as the city continues to be roiled by protests after the Jacob Blake was shot several times in the back by police last weekend. Mr. Trump's visit will be 1 week after 2 people were shot and killed in a protest over Blake shooting. Yeah, of course, this is CBS News calling it a protest, and we know it was an outright riot, a destructive riot. But we do know one thing, President Trump is a true leader who is going straight into the epicenter of where the violent riots took place to confront the problem head on as Joe Biden hides in his basement. Comment below. We'll see you at the next report for the Next News Network. I'm Gary Franchi. Thank you for watching that report. Now, a question. Do you have Jesus in your heart?
Good morning to all my fellow Americans and to all veterans of all organizations. And God bless our country eternally, always. And I stand with God in Israel eternally. And may God bless Donald Trump and Mike Pence and protect them always, wherever they are. God bless you all. And the state of Florida, don't forget to vote for Maria Elvira Salazar for Congress. She'll put a stop to these evil terrorists who call themselves Democrats, who wants to destroy our country. And plus, Donald Trump, let's free Cuba now. Now, Cuba needs to be free from the nightmare called communism. And let's do that by naming Jose Daniel Ferrer Garcia as president of Cuba and freeze the accounts of the communists and pass it on to him until there's free elections, until Cuba could go on as a free country with free elections. So let me go to another video. You see how, these people have realized, even Democrats have realized how evil these people have become. They're supporting terrorists, they're supporting murders, they're supporting destruction, burning. These people are just completely out of their mind. They're just plain evil. There's no other way to explain how Democrats are conducting themselves. I just call them just plain evil. And we need to put a stop at that by voting for Donald Trump and Mike Pence 2020 again. I wish it was for 12 more years. Not only 4 years, but 12 more. But then it would be called a dictatorship. Let me go to another video here to show you how evil these people are. Writers posing as press, as part of the press. Can you believe that? The video I just passed is from Next News Network, which say that I can share the news. So I hope YouTube doesn't have the gall or the guts to make the mistake and banning me, because then I'll take this as proof to lawyers, to a buffet of lawyers, and take care of them legally. So they better think about it twice before they ban me again. Let me go to this next one. I'm trying to see where it was from. Okay, it doesn't say here who it's from, but they have a photo on the top left of the corner who the person is the one who's presenting this video. So let me show you these people. These just I'm telling you, they're evil to the core. I myself am a proponent of the death penalty for these people that murder, destroy. It should be included that even destroying, committing the crime of burning buildings down, even with people in it. Remember that a lot of them had people, families in these buildings. You know, the death penalty. This all, you know, a lot of people say no, but it's not going to finish crimes. It's going to continue. So what? At least we eliminate those that commit it. They won't commit it again because then they're out of society permanently, forever, in hell. So why don't we bring it back? Bring it back and impose it. Hey, bye. You're out. Taking away, how you call that, welfare and these other stupid little, you know, I really don't think that's going to help. What's going to help is just bringing back the death penalty. Death penalty. People are going to criticize me for that, but what do I care? Nancy Pelosi, like always, she always makes a fool out of herself. Let me put this video. Imagine McEnany answers her.
So interesting to me to see Democrats who once disparaged, who ignored the violence, I should say, all of a sudden caring about it. But let's not forget what they said previously. Thank you, Haley. What is the president's position on victims, families, businesses as a result of these riots, suing Democrat-run cities? Would he support them if they were to band together and do so? I haven't spoken to him about that specifically, but certainly what you're seeing is it is Democrat cities where you're seeing all of these numbers increase. When you look at, I just noted to Yamiche, Portland, Seattle, Philadelphia, Minneapolis, Chicago, New York City, these have all seen anywhere from a 33% spike in the murder rate to a 277% increase in 1 month alone in New York City. It's appalling, and it is Democrat governors and mayors and lawlessness that they're allowing to prevail. When federal forces come in, the situation changes, and it's so interesting to me to see Democrats who once disparaged, who ignored the violence, I should say, all of a sudden caring about it. But let's not forget what they said previously. Speaker Nancy Pelosi downplaying the violence rocking U.S. cities, ignorantly saying people will do what they do.
Jerry Nadler, when asked about Antifa, he said that was a myth that's being spread around Washington, D.C. It's not a myth. In fact, an Antifa individual took the life of an innocent Trump supporter in Portland. You have Rep. Presley saying that she wanted unrest in the streets. Chris Cuomo saying, show me where it says protesters are supposed to be peaceful. I'll give you an idea, Chris, it's the Constitution. Don Lemon saying, quote, the rioting has to stop, Chris, as you know. And I know it's showing up in the polls, it's showing up in the focus groups. It's the only thing right now that's sticking. So now all of a sudden, 90 days later, I from this podium have talked about law and order. The president has talked about law and order repeatedly, but because the polling has shifted, now it's time for the Democrats to deny what they said previously and all of a sudden focus on law and order. I'll leave you with this. That's like the arsonist blaming the firefighter.
Let me go to the next one. I'm going to leave with this last video. Again with Donald Trump. I just love the way he attacks these reporters to try to disrespect him. And he just throws it out real quick. I mean, this guy is just a genius. Contrary to me, that sometimes I'm losing my memory. But on the half laughs, it's just like Joe Biden. But Joe Biden's condition is just way out of a saving. So like I said, I'm going to leave with this last video. God bless you all. God bless you, Donald Trump. I always pray for you and your family. And that God protect you always, wherever you're at. And the same with Mike Pence and his family. So, like I always say, God bless our country eternally. And I stand with God and Israel eternally. So I'll see you guys pretty soon. I'm doing this pretty early today because I got a lot to do, and that's why I'm here very early in the morning, and not well dressed, but hey, that's, what can I do? At least I'm trying my best to save my country as possible as I can, because we are in a dangerous situation where our lives depend on that Trump wins again. Remember, these Democrats have just turned into a criminal organization which supports crime, destruction, and mass murder. So we better think about it twice and wake up. God bless you all, and I'll see you soon. So I'll leave you, like I said, with this last video.
supporters, but that was a peaceful protest. And paint is a defensive mechanism. Paint is not bullets. Your supporters, and they are your supporters indeed, shot a young gentleman who and killed him, not with paint, but with a bullet. And I think it's disgraceful. These people, they protested peacefully. They went in very peacefully. And I'll tell you what they're protesting. They're protesting when they turn on television or read whatever they may be reading, and they see a city like Chicago where 78 people were shot and 13 died, or a city like New York where the crime rate has gone through the roof, or a city like Portland where the entire city is ablaze all the time, and the mayor says we don't want any help from the federal government. When these people turn that on and they see that, they say, this is not our country.